right now, Eyewitness Sports.
Good evening, I'm Shelby Pay with Eyewitness Sports. In local high school basketball tonight, in the marquee boys game on the schedule, the Camden Blue Devils found themselves down at the end of the first period in a home game on the day they were ranked 21st in the state among Class A schools. But Camden turned it around in the second quarter and held on to win the scrap they had against Clinton. Camden 48, Clinton 45. And the Emerald Knights of Hamilton, ranked 13th in the state for Class C schools, registered a solid win over Synadius. College ball, the Syracuse Orange are facing their first bid test of the season and hanging in there against 14th ranked Duke. And the Utica Comets started the new year yesterday with a few roster changes. They sent Timur Imabrov and Topias Villine to Adirondack of the ECHL. Today, the Comets called up from Adirondack Will McKinnon, defenseman. In 29 games in the ECHL this season, McKinnon has 1 goal and 3 assists. The Comets are winless in their last 6 games. That includes an overtime loss at home against Rochester this past Saturday night. However, they have played the fewest games of anyone in the North Division, so there is an opportunity to gain some ground. It gets interesting for the Comets this weekend when they play the Laval Rocket for a trio of games. The first 2 are Friday and Sunday at the Adirondack Bank Center. The third game is next Wednesday up in Quebec. Laval is 6th place in the North, 3 points ahead of the Comets, but the Comets have 3 games in hand. And tonight, Syracuse University was looking for its first win over Duke. Ahead of the game, players were excited and looking forward to the action.
I mean, it's exciting, obviously. That's my first time ever being there in general. I've never been to Duke. I mean, we're going to prepare for it like we prepare for any other game and be ready to go on Tuesday.
I was able to play in Cameron last year. That was a fun environment, and it's going to be the same way this year, except, you know, we're going to go in with our heads held high, and we're going to look to win the game.
But unfortunately, Syracuse did not get the win they were looking for tonight against the number 14 ranked Duke Blue Devils. Duke went hot in the second half, shooting a perfect 8 for 8 from the field. And this hot start had them leading the Syracuse Orange by 17 late in the second half. Syracuse forward Malik Brown kept it close with some timely buckets, but the lead was insurmountable and they fell to the Duke Blue Devils. The final score, 86-66. But Syracuse will get a chance to bounce back when they host Boston College next Wednesday at the JMA Wireless Zone. Coming up next after the break, back to Eyewitness News. Members of Congress are heading to the border. The latest from Washington coming up next.